Today's topic is listings, Ozzy, if you want to lead us.
Ooh,
And
let's go. So I want to know what do you guys want to focus on when it comes to the listing side? What is some questions you have? Is it about calling for the listings? Who do you call? What do you say? Is it about setting the appointment? Is it about going on the appointment? Is it about what you do on the appointment? Is it about after the listing? You name it. Let's cover it. What y'all got? I'll chill right here.
You want us to just go through the process, Ozzy, of how we do it?
Yeah, we can start from wherever. So, where do y'all want to start that process of how we do it? Do you want to start like making calls? Do you want to start finding numbers? Like, what do you guys want to start in the process? Because I can always walk beginning to end.
Well, I mean, like how I start mine usually, if it just depends on, if I find them or referrals or if I meet them in a meet and greet or whatever. I make the contact, make that first contact usually, and then I follow up the next day. And then I schedule a time and a day to meet and chat in person because I'm a one-on-one kind of person. And then once I secure the contract, and set up everything to go do the videos and do the pictures and all the stuff, then I keep in contact during the whole transaction. I send them comps in the area. I send them what's going on in the area. I keep them updated. I tell them like, you just tell me if I'm over communicating because I communicate a lot. If I communicate too much, just let me know. I like to keep them informed so they know that I'm constantly working on it for them. So during the whole process, I'm constantly sending them stuff, checking on them, letting them know what's going on with either open houses or any calls I'm getting, etc.
Yeah, the team is we're over communicators big time. I mean, sometimes they're like, man, I've gotten so many freaking calls, but the big thing is it's that illusion of customer service, which is setting them up on the market insight report. Every listing should have that, and it should be sent to the agents as well as the sellers. So everybody can take a look at it, know what they're looking at. Every agent should set up a custom CMA outside of that emails them each week. And then you should also set a time to call them every single week and go over that information. I think that's huge. Um, Also, one thing to discuss, which I made a video about it yesterday, and I want us to pay more attention to, is open houses. Like how people are putting on open houses, how they're going, the marketing of the open house, all the way up to the open house, the responsibilities of the open house, showing up early, unlocking the doors, knowing everything you possibly can about that particular property, um, just taking responsibility. Even if a property goes under contract before the open house, I don't give a crap. You still keep that open house on unless the seller forces you to stop. Just a lot of different things in a listing that could use a ton of work, especially, I mean, right now, listings are much harder to move than they have been in the past. So it's going to take a whole lot more work. Um, it's a much more in the market, finding out what your competition is, looking at your positioning. How are your pictures for your listing? Are they in the right arrangement? You need to mix it up to look different. Getting your price reductions, making sure all the details in your listing are 100% correct. Like all that stuff really matters. Another big one is calling every single showing of your property to get feedback. A lot of people don't do that. That's a huge deal. So that's those are some of the things I would absolutely tell you. Like that people want in this market right now. They're never really upset with you and your behavior. That's what they target though. If they're really upset about something, it's one thing and one thing only. They're not under contract, right? If you get them under contract, they don't give a crap if you do an open house or not. They don't give a crap if you're following up with showings or not. If they're not under contract, everything's here to stay in communication, to maneuver through all those problems, to get the price reduction so that nothing else is a problem. That makes sense. Anybody have any other thoughts, questions, anything about listings? I'll tell you right now, guys, expireds are hitting in all before. They're hitting the market. They're not selling. Big place. However, if you do take an expired, is or how good they believe your marketing is, you absolutely need to get a price reduction when you take that listing. So if it was listed, then that they'd be taking that thing at 340, 330, 325. Taking at 350 is not smart. It's already been on the market for 3, 6, 9 months with this other agent at the same price. Taking it at the same price will put you at a detriment. It's not smart. Even though you believe your marketing is amazing and these people are sold on you, you need to get an automatic price reduction when you list that property.
I'm sorry, I just came
What
in
else,
on
guys?
this, but that what you just said does talk to me about somebody I'm working with. The CMA that we ran last week, remember Ozzy? Her house is
Yeah.
currently listed at 205 and she was wanting comps to see what it should be listed for. And
Robin, turn off your camera.
and we came up with 190 to like 200. How much of a decrease would you suggest, like me, for the new agent coming in to help do it by? 5,000, 10,000, considering we got comps
There's
between.
no answer to that.
Oh, okay.
So what was he listed at before?
I can't remember. I think it was around 210, 215 initially, but now it's at 2055.
So yeah, so you got to take what he's currently listing at. If it expires and it doesn't sell at that price, that is your beginning mark. Now you run your own comps. If your own comps say 190, then honestly, if he's at 205, that's a $15,000 price reduction. That's where you should be. You should be at 190. I may be willing to take it at 195, maybe 200 because it gets you. But I would not take it over 200, right? I would tell them like, yeah, you're not doing anybody any good by taking it at that price.
Okay. Thank you.
Part of the conversation I tell them as well is you have to understand with me taking over this listing, I have to bury marketing. Like I have to make sure it don't exist because they're already pushed on. And you have to understand how listings work. When you're on HAR.com, you're listed there. It syndicates out to about probably 2,500, 3,000 other like take that new listing and it is picked up. It takes a minute for your marketing to sink in and basically get rid of all that old marketing. It takes time. If you are at the same price, it's going to look like the same damn property. If you do not maneuver your price, if you do not maneuver your photos, if you do not go in and try to make it look like a new listing, like a different listing, you're not doing yourself any favors. You're fighting an uphill battle there. It needs to be when people go online and find that property, they do not recognize that property. It looks so different.
Yeah, I was just asking because
what
we had
else
read those.
in the listing? Go ahead.
I was just saying, I was just asking
Yeah,
because
so
I knew we had run those comps together. So
yeah, so it's with those, you really gotta get something that makes sense at that price range. So I will tell you guys, if you don't know this, if you have a listed property and you lower the price, I think the number is 2%, less than 2%. It will not show up in the automatic searches that all the other agents have out there on the market right now. So a lot of agents, they think they can lower the price by $1 every day and it's going to do something. It does next to nothing. It looks like you just change the price $1, but it doesn't trigger anything special. If you lower the price more than 2%, all those people. So let's say I have my property and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 anywhere lane, and Laura has a buyer looking in the church, and they've already seen my property at 200,000. If I lower it to 199,999, it will not resend out to Laura's people as a new search, as a new property, until I drop it 2%. Then it'll automatically show up in our custom searches. That's where you get more power. So in the conversation with the seller that says, "Oh, lower the price by 1,000," you say, "I understand where you're coming from, but here's what I will tell you: we are not receiving any significant benefit by lowering the price at 1,000. It has to be at least 2%." The other thing I tell them in pricing too is, it does you no good to price at 199,999. You might as well be at 200,000. Why? Because if you look at all the search engines, you look at HAR, Realtor.com, Homes.com, Zillow.com, all the major search engines, when you go to their apps, they lower the price in drop-down boxes. There typically is no drop-down box that says 199,999. So I challenge you guys, like, this is one of those things. Go look at your listing on Zillow. Go look for listings on Zillow. Go look for listings on Realtor.com. See how the consumer experience looks so you can understand what they're dealing with. I use HAR because it is the most widely used property search in real estate in Houston. Like, we have market share like crazy. So if you go in and look at filters, you can select different house types. And then if you look at price range, there is no price range for 199,999 or whatever the hell these agents are pricing at. There's no price range for 227,000. I'll look at the most probably search price range. Let's go into, I'm going to go 350 to 400,000, right? And I want y'all to see what this looks like. I'll show it to you on the screen. But if that's how you typically run searches, okay, the top of our mark is 400 and the low of our mark is 350. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show y'all what it looks like. Now, these are other things you want to study as well, and I'll show you in just a second. But let's look at this. So this is the drop down box. Hold on. Let me turn my screen on.
Yeah, you have your camera off now. Okay.
This is the drop down box. I know I just showed it. I hadn't shown it yet. This is the drop down box for 350 to 400,000. And I want you to pay attention to how it maneuvers. So I'm going to start down around 200,000 in the first drop down box. So if you go to the lower price ranges, it works 200 to 205. So that's the gap in the lower ranges. So right now, if you look at the HAR app, 200 to 205,000. If you go up, I'm going to go up in the 400 range, and I want to show y'all how these numbers change. The 400 range, there is no 405. There's only 400 to 450. So once you get up over 400, it's only $50,000 per dollar search increments on the app, which a lot of people use the app. So it doesn't do, if you price on 400, you're going to hit the people 350 to 400. That increases searchability. If you price at 450, you're going to get the people searching for 400 to 450 and 450 to 500. That increases searchability. If you were at 425, you're in the middle of a mark. Your price may not get you what you are looking for. So if they want to price at 399,999, tell them that's not smart. You should go at 400. If they want to price at 445, you should say that's not smart. You should probably do 450. If they want to price at 410, you should say, really, you should just price at 400 because this is going to increase your searchability big time. And you don't ever want to hit on the 199,999 or 197 because that's going to take you completely off of marks. It's going to take you completely out of searchability. These are things that if you master the domain like you really state, studying the consumer and their behavior, you should know How many of you guys have gone and done a Zillow search lately? Go on to Zillow like a consumer and run a search like a consumer. Go to realtor.com and study like a consumer. Go on to ATR.com. Don't log in. Go like a consumer and see what it does. I will tell you, it'll teach you many different things. One of the things it'll teach you about these price increments, it'll also teach you, do they have a search for zip codes or cities or both? Do they have a search for school districts? Like really understanding how the consumer is going to interact with these websites and these apps matter. Also see what's the positioning on their site. Our app, if you log in as an agent, but if you go in as a consumer, so you can set up an account as a consumer and you can go in and look at it. What's the first thing you see on the page? Like I'm going to go right now on my phone to Zillow.com. Right? Let's see what Zillow does. Okay. Oh my God, look at what their marketing does. What is it telling me? The first thing it does, it says Zillow. There's a sign in the top right. There's 3 little bars on the left, and it says rentals, homes, agents, loans. To the consumer, which is we're going to hit them with the fact that we have rentals and homes. And then we're also going to let them know that we represent agents and we're also a mortgage company or represent lenders. So rentals, homes, agents, and loans. And then the very first thing that they're going to hit you with is a search bar, quick, easy search bar. So you can look on their research. They know what the consumers going them as a portal to look for properties, or they wouldn't put that there. Now they go straight into articles, trending homes in Dallas, Texas, right? And then from there it goes find homes can afford by with your buyability, right? So now they're running the mortgage game, right? And one of the biggest things to understand is if you look, things that they really want you to do are going to be big blue buttons. So in almost every imprint of every major website that spend millions of dollars studying human behavior, they know that big blue buttons get people to move. So if you look at it, the one thing they want you to do more than anything on this page is they want you to click on that big blue button. That big blue button is open app. Why? They want you to go to their app. They want you to download their app. They want you to, when they think of real estate, click on the app, go to Zillow and start searching in their platform where they can control what you look at. Now look, if you look at what's beneath that, it says Safari underneath that and the button is white. It's almost transparent where you can't see it. They're trying to steer you away from going to the browser and steer you into their app. Study this behavior. Now, if you go to the next imprint, so I scroll down. Even when I scroll down, that same button stays on the screen. So I want you to look at this behavior. Look at, I'm scrolling up and down, and what stays on the screen? That open app button, that big blue open app button. And then the next big button, there's another big blue button. And that button is get your buyability, which means they want you to start searching for mortgages because they have a loan company. They also want you to be enticed and intrigued. That's a huge damn button, right? If they could capture your information, they can control you as a lead. Genius, right? They know what they're doing. And then you can find out what Zillow is really about. Find a local agent. Boom. And then what's the next thing about? Finance a home. Boom. And then all of the same, to rent a home, boom, right? So you can see that at the bottom, that open apps. I'm gonna go in, let's look at that first one, man. Let's look at buy a home, find a local agent, open this up. What does it do first? It asks you to enter your email address. They're the way, just little bits of data collection over and over and over again. So now that you know some of these things, when you go to design your own website or when you go to create your own lead funnels, let's say you're creating lead funnels on Facebook or wherever else, you should probably try to make it look like this. You should give people what they're looking for. They want to be able to search for homes. That as quickly as possible, right? But they also, if you look at Zillow knows one thing, and this is what I preach to people. When they want data, we want data too. So fine, if you want to look at houses, give us your email address. You want to search for mortgages, give us your number. They're going to find a way to collect your data. Are you finding a way to collect people's data too? Why do they want to collect your data? There's a couple main reasons. One is they sell it to third-party vendors. They make money. It's a funnel, right? Number two, they want to control the communication. Once they have your data, now they can shoot you a text message, email, and all these hooks and all these videos and all these grabs and all these enticing things to keep you engaged. You know, they want to collect your information because you're also a lead now. And Zillow collects money from real estate agents to sell leads, just like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month to buy Zillow leads, and then they charge you a percentage too. It's a racket. But you don't have to pay Zillow. You can create your own funnels and your own leads for a fraction of the price. Just study how they do it. So, man, I just went off. Does it make sense? Did I help? Are we understanding the message here? You might have any questions. Y'all are quiet, so I just answered every question known in the real estate world, man. I feel like I'm done. Let's go. I'm excited.
You taught me something about that 199.99. Taught me something about that.
Yeah, man, that pricing thing, people don't understand pricing. That's another thing. If you go on here on Zillow and you look for houses, you should look for houses. So if there's a drop down box and you can buy a house, so you click the buy button, it says homes for sale. Let's look at their filters. Their filters on this button. So in the millions, it goes by 150,000, 250,000, 100,000. It goes by 50,000 under a million. And then down here, it goes, once you get under $500,000, it goes to quarters. So 25,000, 475 to 450, 425 to 400, 375 to 350, 325 to 300, and all the way down. So it goes by $25,000 increments all the way up into 500, and then $50,000 increments up to $1 million, and then $100,000 increments over $1 million to 250. So now you know what searchability looks like. That can help you adjust your pricing.
You said it was
search based
2%
on
that
house
it
type.
requires a 2% to make a dent or to make like the notifications go out.
Research, which I'm pretty yeah, it hasn't changed. I'm 99.9% sure it takes a 2% price reduction to go out in automatic searches. Be honest, how many of y'all knew all of this before we got on this call today?
I kind of did a little bit, but I think you have touched this a little bit in the past, like about a month ago, but not that much in detail. And then now it makes me feel so dumb because I'm the one searching for houses because we're thinking about moving. And then I'm not even studying my own self as a consumer. And it is so true. Whenever it goes into the Zillow and you do all of that stuff and everything, it just makes you, this is one of those moments that make you like, oh, okay. It's like an aha moment that somebody has to just come and help you open your mind a little bit.
Guys, one of the greatest things you can do as a real estate agent, understand you are a marketer. You are an advertiser. Since you're a market and advertiser, study what the biggest marketers and advertisers are doing. Guys, Zillow is not a real estate company. They are a marketer. They are a marketer that operates in the tech space first. It just so happens to be operating in the real estate space too. So if you know the biggest marketers and the biggest tech people in the tech space like Zillow and Homes and Realtor.com, millions, if not billions of dollars in marketing and advertising, studying human behavior, you should study what they're doing. You should go and look at their apps and study their search portals. If you know that Facebook, Meta, Instagram, guys, what do these guys get paid to do? They get paid to deliver content that keeps people searching on their site. They they get paid to create sticky opportunities. What I mean by that is it gets you visiting Instagram and Facebook. It gets you coming back over and over to Instagram and Facebook. And it gets you like honestly manipulated and maneuvered in the direction of their advertisers. They're people that pay. So study what they're doing. What are they putting in front of you and what are they trying to tell you? What do they value the most? Okay, if you know they value something the most, they've studied that. They've studied human behavior to tell them, holy crap, this is what really pays us right now. So like looking at, I'm going to turn down the sound so you don't hear it. But my feed is a little different, guys, because I manipulate my feed on purpose because I only want certain things. I manipulate to steer away from political stuff. I manipulate to stay away from things that are going to bring me right. But if you look at it, like the very first thing is number one, they want you to post. So it says what's on your mind. So you know that. And then number two, they go straight to stories. How do you go in and create stories? And then how do you get scrolling through stories? Right? Okay. So there's all the people in your stories. Then it goes into your news feed. So this is and then again, so the first one is so stories, my typical like personal contact news feed, and then boom, they're running ads on me. This about coaching. So they're trying to sell me their coaching program, right? They know I love coaching stuff. And then it goes back to another personal post. And then there's another personal post. And then there's another ad. This is about the motivational speaker, Zig Ziglar. Do you think they know me? Do you think they're studying my ass when the first two ads they run at me as coaches and motivational speakers? And then there's another personal one, first day of school from a friend. There's another personal post from a friend. And then, oh man, Jay Shetty, motivational speaker certification. He trying to get me. So every one of my ads is built on coaching and motivational speaking. What are they telling me? They study the shit out of me and then they place what I want in front of me. So start learning like what it looks like. Okay, now how do you take your message? And the next one is reels. They want us to post more reels and videos. Now, the next thing to understand is how do you position yourself as a master marketer and advertiser? Right? How do you make sure you are staying in front of people and posting the message that actually reaches them in the way you want it to reach them? Some of you guys are posting and posting and posting, and you have no purpose. You don't even know why you're doing it. You're just doing it. And you think it's going to bring you all the leads you want, and it doesn't work, and you wonder why. Well, it's the wall, and you haven't studied the master marketers. Study what they're actually posting. Study what actually gets clicks. Study what actually brings leads. Stop throwing shit against the wall.
You keep going in and out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're back, Chris.
Okay,
You
yeah,
got that
you don't.
bite, that
It's kind of crazy. We just paid for all new. What's going on here? Maybe I have to reset something. But yeah, guys, study the master
got that
marketer.
Obama
Stop trying to
internet.
reinvent the wheel and do. I'm gonna slap you. So y'all got it, guys? Does that make sense? Yes?
Yes.
No? Okay, good deal. All right, run some gratitude and bucket filler. Sandra, what we got?
Let's see. Anybody in here got a gratitude bucket filler? I know I'm grateful to see Othan in here.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
yeah.
Othan, I got two solid referrals I'm sending you for being the first one there. 12 o'clock, 12:30 appointment.
Look what happened. Oh, do that again. Do that again. I love that. DJ in the house. Did y'all have anything? No?
Oh yeah, I just being for that's pretty good. My whole schedule just changed now. So for the duration of the school year, so yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we love it. We love it. Anybody else?
I went in like 7:10, 7:15. Othan's in there ready to go. Let's go.
Well, we have a full screen, so anybody else? Gratitude, bucket filler.
How about Nestor?
Someone's.
Who's that?
Oh, go ahead, Nestor. Gratitude or bucket filler? Do you have anything?
Gratitude.
All right.
Nothing comes to mind right now.
Oh, hold up. We're
Oh, you're
gonna
alive
wait
and
a
breathing.
second, and we gotta come back to you, man. Y'all guys got to work on this exercise every single day.
Seriously.
I think Sydney unmuted. I think she wanted to say something.
I was just gonna say that I'm grateful for my move almost coming to an end, so I can get my new house in order. Bucket filler, I'm still learning a lot. I'm trying to grasp every piece of information that I can to make this as successful as possible.
Let's go.
I want to say I'm grateful actually for one of my daycare workers. I built a good friendship with her. And she just recently became a single mom and she's doing it all on her own and stuff like that. And she's instilled very good qualities in one of my children, in my 8-year-old, where she's actually the top counselor out of all of the counselors. There's like 5 or 7 of them, and she's the overseer of them, of all of them, because she just saw these kids, and she decided to hold them to a higher level, and they're teaching them about jobs and responsibilities, and they're learning how to do work like sweep and mop the floors even, or warming up the food for dinner time. And she's just really amazing. She's going through a rough patch right now, but I haven't helped her real estate wise yet. But she left me a Google review, I think last week, on our Ask Ozzy reviews, because she loves me just as much and she wants to see me excel in my job. And so I just want to say I'm very grateful for her. She knows it, but I want to throw it out there. So if y'all ever need a daycare in League City, let me know. I can tell you where to go.
That's nice. That's nice.
And I'm grateful for Anna. Me and Marcus went to Chipotle yesterday, and Anna saw us, and we ran into her, and she picked up the tab. That was really sweet of her for picking up the tab. Thanks, Anna.
Nice. Where are you gonna be today, Anna?
Y'all, he is lying out of his ass.
Is he really? I thought he was serious, man. I was like, Anna's on a
You
roll.
can tell when he's joking because he sounds serious.
You have my husband over here cracking up.
Joe, you could be a con man for real.
Hey, what happened? Did y'all really meet at Chipotle? The whole thing made up.
Marcus took me out, and then we saw her up there.
Oh my God, Joe.
I was like,
I'm just gonna stop talking to you altogether.
Hey, well, we had a great lunch. We tried out that new empanada
Yeah,
restaurant.
the
You want to talk about
empanada bar. If anybody wants to go, I'll tag along.
The League City one?
No, they opened one. in
It's not
Tampa.
real.
Yeah.
Lori's lying. It ain't real.
No, it's real. It was good.
It starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, their food is really good. I've eaten at the one in League City because my office was right down the street when I was over there. And man, I'm glad they opened another one because their food's good.
Yeah, that was good.
And it's pretty cheap.
Lit.
Like the
Yeah.
empanadas were like $4.25, and the yuca fries are fire.
The hell's a yucca pie?
We're grateful for a new empanada bar in
Yeah.
Pearland.
We are.
We are.
I'm grateful. Y'all talk about lunch. I had a nice long lunch with Angela Ojeda yesterday. She's always been an old friend of mine, and she was with her broker. She's not with us anymore, but we still talk like a lot, check on each other. And it's just good catching up with old friends. Like, it doesn't matter what brokerage you're with, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, this industry can be so enjoyable and so much fun. And we just had a really good talk, man. Because I know her husband and her son and my son. Like, we talked about her daughter. She does have an injury, but she's a U of H cheerleader. Her son's going into his junior year of football, and he's just ready to kick butt at a new school. And her husband started his new coaching job. It's just catching up with old friends and just talking life and a little bit of real estate and all that good stuff. So I enjoy that. Old friends and just having lunch, breaking bread with good people is always fantastic.
Good stuff.
What's next, Sandra?
Real talk. Sorry, I got to get up and look. Yeah, agent real talk for today. Anything we want to discuss? Anything that's on your mind? Doesn't, whatever.
Real talk to me is about what are you struggling with right now? What is something you may be struggling with that you want to work through? It could be home life. It could be business life. It could be the mental aspect. It could be changing habits. I mean, nobody is immune to struggle. So what is it that you may need a little bit of help with? And we talk about it. We get a little vulnerable, we get courageous, and we help each other. I'm gonna take a picture. This is the first time in my life I've ever met a group of people who got no problems. Let me take a picture of this real quick. Because y'all got no problems at all. This is fantastic.
Oh, I got problems, but I need a priest.
It's easy, Jesus. That's it. What else, guys? Talk about it. If your business is not where you want it to be, what are you struggling with, and what do you need help with?
Not too much a struggle. If I give him my list, it would be boring.
What's boring?
No, you'll be too boring. Too many struggles I have. So too much learning, too much software. But it's good. It's just like I say, one on the time. So I'm learning a lot. For example, now I'm working in doing all the documents, everything for my listing. But I doing in law. I started doing yesterday in the Sky Slope. So I don't know how I going pass all these documents they already signed or pending documents to my new Sky Slope. So that I know the majority of people are still learning, so it's very hard to asking somebody.
So you got to figure out technology.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's I mean, here's the deal, guys. If you're not digging in and learning technology, going in, messing with it, trying it, maneuvering things, you're never gonna 100% get it, man. We got to jump in and mess it, because, man, the only way we're really gonna relate to technology is getting it and figuring it out for ourselves, because we all think and operate just a little bit differently. So keep it up. That's good stuff.
And Janina, what I do is, because I say I'm technologically impaired myself. But what I do now is, like, if I don't know how to work in the system, I'm having a hard time finding something, changing a page or whatever that looks like, anything technologically that you're having issues with, I put it in Chat GPT and they walk me through it. Or I take pictures of my screen and I'm like, hey, what do I do next? Or I'll be like, talk to me like a first grader to make me understand this, because I don't understand it. And it helps me. Like yesterday, I was like, it's been a little while since I did Sky Slope, a few years. And so I was putting some of my stuff in Sky Slope and I was having a hard time remembering how to do something. And I just put it in Chat GPT and bam, the answer was there and I was able to do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's also the 24/7 support button. You guys utilize that support button. There is someone there to walk you through it 24/7.
Yeah, nobody better to ask than the people that created the software. Like, yeah, asking somebody in the office, yeah, you're probably going to be lost and lost again, like the blind leading the blind. Going directly to the people who created the software, I'm telling you, that's probably your best bet for all of this. That's why I love that we're with SkySlub now and they have the 24/7 support. Awesome.
Had that before, right?
What are the other struggles that you guys want to work through today?
And I volunteered Jackie for a possible program we might have today at 4 o'clock.
You kind of broke up there. Didn't really understand you.
I
I can't stand you, okay?
Chin's just loving you.
Chin thinks you're hilarious.
Yeah, Chin.
And we do not.
Deal with him daily.
Chin, since you're on the call and you are, the team's listing manager, is there anything that you can, since we're talking about listings and all that good stuff, is there anything that you can share that you're seeing in talking to sellers and handling the listings that you can share with our agents?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so regarding listings, I think the key or the key that, how do I say this? I think the key to a more faster, I'm being redundant. To a faster transaction is that make sure that all of the documents are signed. That's the first one before we can all proceed. So once the property will be under contract, Chelsea will not go through the documents again. And yeah, so yeah, that's just it. We just have to make sure that we are all prepared. Also, we make sure that we know the status of the property that we're selling. It's really important that you are in the engagement that you have with your clients are what's the term, like solid. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to say it, but yeah, just
Kind of know where the listing stands and where it stands with the seller, right? Like making sure that the listing agent is just not getting a listing agreement signed and saying, okay, let's go live.
yeah. Yeah, once the listing agreement is already signed, you can just tag me in FOB, and once I already have all the information I need, like if the property is vacant or occupied, like do we already have a spare key for this property? Is the property ready for photos? Something like that. So once I already have everything, I got your back. So yeah, that's just it.
So what we're hearing is just making sure that you're us as listing agents are kind of aware of where the sellers stand. If they're listing, getting ready for the market, if they're in the middle of repairs, making sure you know that, and so forth. Okay, good stuff, Chen. Thank you.
Sure.
Anybody have any questions for Chen?
No, good stuff. Thanks, Jen. Appreciate it. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else? Any other struggles that you guys want to share or talk about or need help with?
Jackie's got a 4 o'clock listing appointment with referral I sent her, expired listing. It's Crosby, 6 lots. She ran a CMA. Should be all right. Jackie, anything you want help with on that? Get you prepared.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yes, I have a question. I grabbed information from Harris County, and this website has the name. The name is different with the lady we're talking right now. So I need to call her right away. I get to the office to make sure if she's the owner, because the name of the document is different. I'm wondering about that.
I'm confused. Hold on. You said Conroe or Crosby?
Crosby.
Is that Harris County?
Yes, I found in the Harris County website, I found the property.
Okay.
And the names are different. Now, the lady I spoke yesterday, so I need to make sure to stay in the morning to talk with her. What about with these people?
Yeah. Give her a call. Yeah, and say, hey, I noticed that the name on the taxes is different than your name. Can you help me out with that? What am I missing here?
Yes, that is the only thing. Let's see. Let's check. Yes.
And this appointment is today?
Yes, today at 4.
Woohoo! All right, you got this.
Yes.
Let's go, Jackie. The question is, how many of you guys are coming into the office and getting in your 9 to 11 lead gen, have tested out of LP Mama and are coaching with Lori so that you can stay on this hardcore lead rotation that we're putting together right now that Joe is absolutely leading us in the future with? Because the people that are tested at LP Mama, showing up from 9 to 11 for lead gen and making their calls, Joe is throwing them a lot of leads to close. Like there's a lot of business being tossed around right now. I know one yesterday or day before, lead pops up. I call them, convert them, send them to Joe, and I say, Joe, who deserves this lead? And he shoots it out and sets it up. And I think Imelda was in the office, and boom, she got a buyer, set up a buyer consultation, got a buyer up, and it rolled in a day. There's a lot of opportunity going on right now. We have too many leads, and we're helping you guys to get in the process of converting them and turning them into actual closable business and money. So get on board, guys. We got a lot of good things going on right now. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I feel like, and we should have done this years ago, but we're doing it now, and it's game-changing stuff for the whole brokerage.
Can I give Joe a bucket filler really quick on that? Because yesterday I sat in the war room with Lori and Sandra and got to witness Joe interact with everybody. And like we all can learn something from Joe. The way that Joe coming from contribution, but also holding people accountable. We all know accountability is the highest form of love. And that's exactly what Joe is doing. He is showing everybody he loves them enough to take a stand for them and their families, like you said yesterday, Ozzy. And just the way that Joe would call out, hey, did you call this lead? Hey, did you call this lead? Like he is giving you business, handing it to you for showing up. Once you show up, you still got to do the work. And I absolutely loved seeing Joe just flourish in that realm yesterday.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Yeah, it's only been 3 full days. I want to say the numbers, probably 15 to 20 leads have been given out that have set appointments that are signing agreements with us. We're averaging minimum of, I would say, 5 a day. That's remarkable numbers.
Yeah, I'd like to add something.
Yeah, go ahead, Gene.
Here in the office, if you're sitting here doing your thing, calling out, you should be listening to how the people next to you are, their approach. I listen to Joe. I've noticed how he changes his tone depending on who he's talking to, how he changes his questions. That's all sales 101. You know, I mean, I don't remember the examples, but not just now. I mean, I noticed this 3 weeks ago when I was in here at the beginning. He kind of connects with the person he's calling immediately, and that's skill. You're not going to get that right away, but But if your purpose is to learn that, then you will. And then he just kind of changes the question or changes the approach, changes the tone, gets people's attention with his tone. So I think that's another benefit of being here, Ozzy, is listening to the people around you and picking up from them their different approaches.
Man, I love it. Yesterday in the afternoon, man, the buzz, the calls, the conversations, like it was just happening. I know I set a buyer consult for Marcus to go in on Friday at 11 a.m. soon as lead gen is over, and they're ready to go. Marcus already reaching out. We already sent them confirmation stuff. They're excited to meet with us. Like there's so much going on right now, and I'm so freaking pumped about it.
That's just stuff you're going to learn in the streets. That took me over time, but it's just street knowledge. You're not going to learn that in champion school. You're not going to learn that in a class. At the end of the day, got to get on the phones, have real life conversations with folks, match your energy, get punched in the face a couple times, and then you realize that hurt. I ain't going to do that again, and you adapt, and then before you know it, you're better than me. You're better than most folks, because when they get punched in the face, they quit. You keep pushing through, you're going to make it.
Yes. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's absolutely what we have needed for a while. This database has too many leads for us not to be closing probably 5 to 10 times more transactions than we are. We needed some primer, and Joe's priming, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
Good stuff.
Let's rock and roll.
All right.
Let's get this affirmation. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Lead us in the office. Y'all get up, lead us, move that camera. We want to see y'all, and we will follow y'all.
There they go.
So maybe starve your distractions, feed your focus.
That works.
What about in the community? We try something about the community, because that is what I feel this week. The energy that is bigger, better.
I like that. How about
Y'all still got to get closer together. Like
for me, it's like
I just haven't moved yet.
Join our tribe, man. And what I mean by that is coming into the office, being around the energy, having the conversations, like it just join in the tribe to me. Like I don't even know what to say. I don't know what words are, but
Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Woo!
Damn.
Okay, I like that. You know what? Let's go with that. Gene, lead, follow, or get out of the way. Let's get it.
I got goosebumps when you said I got some goosebumps.
Let's go. I'm pumped. All right, y'all
It's
lead
a little
us.
rough, but I mean,
No, it's real. It's 100% real.
That's the truth. That is
All right.
the truth.
Lead us in.
All right.
Wait, what is it again?
Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
That sounds like a show.
And mic drop.
Yeah.
Give me my sword.
Here we go.
You guys ready?
Okay.
All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
Lead, follow, or get out the way.
Lead,
Follow, or get out of the way.
Lead, follow, get out of the
Follow,
way.
or get out the way.
Let's go. Handle your business. Don't let them haters get you. I'll see you guys later.
Good morning. Good morning. Your daughter didn't come. Good morning.
got so much shit to do.
Too much
I love
yesterday.
Last night,
Well, we went out to the country bar together.
Uh-huh.
And she wanted to pre-game and game. So,
Oh.
yeah.